So they're celebrating that like it really means something to them. A bit more than, how I felt maybe the Community Shield was. That's still a big trophy to win, the Super Cup.
Well, it's another European Cup. I mean, it is almost the equivalent of the Community Shield in Europe, isn't it? But once you get there, you want to win it, don't you? I mean, we said this about Arsenal the other day when they beat Man City on penalties.
Yeah.
Once you get the penalties, you want to win it.
Yeah, of course.
And they're celebrating. Look, it's one of those they've never won this before. It's the first time they've won it. So that's another trophy they're ticking off now. They're just slowly but surely ticking off all the trophies now. Then they've got the Club World Cup, of course, which takes place, I think, either in December or January.
They've got a lot of games this season, haven't they?
They've got a lot of travelling, a lot of games, but that's when you're a successful side, that's what you do. Don't moan about the amount of games, because if you're playing loads of games, that means you're successful.
Yeah, and of course. But I think tonight, Jace, we was talking about it and having a chat. Look, they've had big injuries. Kevin De Bruyne's out. They've sold Riyad Mahrez. Gundogan's gone. John Stones is coming back from injury. He didn't play tonight.
No.
Do you think this Manchester City team can cope going, with all the games that they're going to have this season, to go again, to win another treble, to try and win another treble?
It's going to be tough.
I think
that's tough
they looked a little bit off the pace.
But they never seemed to start a season particularly well, City. If I look back to last year, I don't remember them blowing teams away. They're a side that kind of pace themselves. It's like a marathon, right? They're the side in that last 2 miles, the last 3 miles of a marathon, they start to make their way towards the front. We saw it last season, beautifully done. They get their trophy heads on, and they manage to find a way not just to win 1, but 2, but 3 trophies. And I remember last season they weren't particularly great. Arsenal started like an absolute train. And they were hard to catch for a bit. It looked like, around about December, January, looked like Arsenal were going to be the side.
If Arsenal did that again this season, and Manchester did, maybe fall away, and like they did at the start of last season, I don't think Arsenal are going to make the same mistakes.
Well, Arsenal, you talk about loads of games, so have Arsenal. Arsenal got the Champions League still to come. You would have thought that Arsenal will get out of their group, and they will have more games going in well, certainly, if they finish third, they're going to go Europa Conference. But let's, for the sake of this conversation, say they get out of that group. They're going to have games. So Arsenal's season is going to be longer. There's going to be more games for them this season as well. So look, City are the favourites. They're going to take some stopping again. Their squad of, I'm glad that Kev mentioned Cole Palmer. He was outstanding. First half played really well. Second half really grew into it again. And that might be one of the reasons why Mahrez was allowed to go, because he's 21 years of age. He looks a super talent, the kid. I mean, he really did. Didn't look out of place. Doesn't look like he's one of those players that some young lads can come in and perhaps not mark the way that they play. Not a bit of him, mate. He was outstanding. I'd give him player of the match, actually. Yeah,
I think he deserves it with the performance that he put in tonight. Cole Palmer was sensational, and still got loads of talent out there. But Manchester City fans want to hear from you. You've won the UEFA Super Cup. First time you've ever won it as a club. So things are looking good with Pep Guardiola. On they go again, picking up trophies. It never hurts, mate, to pick up a trophy. Well, let's go to Richard. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Rich?
Right, Rich.
All right, boys.
Yeah, good, Rich. Go on.
Well, basically, I was on last night talking about Man City, a door opening a little bit.
Yes.
Now they've won the Super Cup. I was watching it. I wanted them to get through, because don't they have to now go and play in the World Club Championships at the end of the year?
They're playing that anyway.
They're doing that anyway, yeah.
Why are they playing that anyway? No, I thought you had to win the Super Cup, then you go to World Club Championships.
It's the
Champions League winners.
It's the Champions. Not that you'd know this as an Arsenal fan, Rich, right?
Oh,
No, so it's the Champions League winners against I think the Champions League in Asia, in South America.
Yeah,
and there might be.
Okay, so I've been cheering them on for nothing.
You've been cheering them on because you think there's going to be another game for them to play,
another tournament.
Yeah, because I thought they'd have to go to and that's another little window of opportunity. Weakened squads have to go away.
They're already in it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You've just put me right. Fancy putting me through. I was going to make a mug of myself.
Come on, Rich.
Oh dear. I mean, Rich, what did you think of Man City tonight?
I thought they were poor. Honestly, I thought they were poor against us. I mean, all right, they looked all right against Burnley. What's his name up front? I can never get his name right.
Haaland.
Haaland.
How can you forget his name?
Well, I don't know. He doesn't play for Arsenal, and I don't like him. Why would I remember his name?
He's the greatest goal scorer in the world right now.
He's going to be, and that's another reason why I don't like him. He keeps scoring against us. But seriously, he looks a little bit lost out there on his own, and they weren't getting the ball through to him quick enough. They were. I don't know. I mean, obviously, they began the season last year a bit sluggishly as well, didn't they?
Slightly, yeah.
And then they just picked it up. And so I'm looking for any nook or cranny where what might slow them down. It doesn't necessarily mean we'll win it, but anything that gives us an opportunity. And they don't look that great, do they? They didn't look that good, did they? And
no, I wasn't like overly impressed with them.
I thought they ended the first half well. I thought that they started to turn the screw. Sevilla couldn't get out. There were parts of that second half where I thought it was quite even, to be honest. Sevilla could have won it, could have gone 2-0 up. Maybe no way back from there. But this is the thing about City. You know, in games like that, I know they didn't beat you guys in the penalty shootout, but they haven't lost. Do you know what I mean? They've managed to find a way to get back in to the game, and that's what they've done.
And that is it with them. So you're looking for any opportunity. And I thought, like last year, they were playing catch up with us with games because we had games in hand because of this, and they were in absolutely everything. If it's the same this year, I think going away to the Club World Championship as well won't do them any favours, will it? It comes at a bad time, and it won't do them any favours.
Well, it's one of those things they're duty bound to do. They've got to go. Yeah. You know, it's. Do you remember when Liverpool had to go out there, and they fought? I think a really young Liverpool team played in the
Carabao Cup.
I think it might have been West Bromwich Albion.
They played really Aston Villa.
It's Aston Villa, absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I thought they'd done well, some of those kids.
Yeah, Klopp wasn't even there, was he?
He wasn't. No, he wasn't. That's right,
Yeah, I mean, look, you have to go out there, and it's a tournament. And for Manchester City, it's the first for everything in the...
They've not won it, obviously.
So for them, it's a big deal. You know, that tonight's a big deal for them. They've not won it before. They go to the Club World Championship.
That's right.
That's a big deal for Manchester City. So
Agreed.
they're going to want to go out there and win it. So, I mean, look, they've got a lot of games they've got to play. A lot of games this season.
Anything that slows them up, we've got to just look, because they are such a really good team and they do find a way to win. And so, but saying that, necessarily, Arsenal, I wasn't really that impressed with Arsenal in our last game.
It's one game, Rich. You know, it's one game. We all look for little things in our side, and you know, give it, like I said, 8 to 10 games, and you really start to have an idea of what your season might look like.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.